Oh. All right, let's get it. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and that is what was delaying me. Well, that amongst other things, but anyway, welcome back to the build on Lucky 2.0. We just made the ends of our long-ass pull-out drawer, hopefully the correct length. So I'm looking at them now, and I'm like, oh, man. Anyways, yep. The VVOR clamps work as advertised. They hold your stuff very well. Let's see, bring this up here. Bada bing, bada boom. She's gonna work, and she's not gonna have any oblong hangover. That's exciting. Gonna power through on getting this drawer back together. It's been sitting here for a while, so it should be nice and sturdy and dry with what we did last time. So that's awesome. And we'll get those ends on there, and then we'll take a look at those drawer slides that I picked up when I was in Calgary. They are gonna run right here on the 2x4 and over on this side as well. Actually, this one is not the one I'm going to use because it's a little stubby, a little too short. But I did find, a leftover one from my old bed frame last night, and it is longer than 56 inches. So we'll shorten it up a little bit, emasculate the piece of wood as you do, and that will be the one that runs on that side of the wheel well. But before I actually get the drawer installed, now that I'm saying this out loud, I'm gonna have to cover my wheel well boxes sides. All right, moving right along. Let's see if this works. I don't know if I'd be able to hold the drawer like this. Come on, gentle, lift. Okay, and place. Hey, not so bad. There we go. I'm gonna cover it up like this. You're gonna need some new 2x2s. All right, I was supposed to cut them to 25. Well, we're gonna have to brace the corners a little bit more now, aren't we? See, that's what happens when you go too fast. That's okay. We'll figure it out. So yeah, what happened was I thought it was 2 feet, so I cut it to 24 inches when in actuality it's supposed to be 25 inches because you've got the board here on the bottom, which is 24 inches, but then on the side, on the outside of these boards, you've got 2 side pieces that are 1/2 inch each. So that equals 25, right? But I only cut to 24. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put these here, and these will be our mounting points for the board. Our stubby board to go here. And it'll work out because, well, it's pretty easy to see why it will work out. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to attach this here, one over here. We're gonna use construction adhesive along this part. Then we're gonna get even more use out of the clamps, clamp this down and add some screws to really secure this bad boy. Let's get it. First, we'll always have some nappies on hand for when you splooge. It's the literal worst. Get your clamp ready. Gotta figure out which side of this 2x2 do I want on the inside. This way? Darling, that'll do. Not that we're ever really gonna see much more. All right. Hopefully this stuff isn't too cold. There we go. Sploogey, sploogey, splooge. Release the pressure. It's still going to come shooting out the tip as it do. That's why we got the nappy here. Then we're going to attach this here. Ooh, excellent, eh? They call it the big guns. Get it off center. There we go. Down. Tighten it up a little bit more. Ooh. Push it back. Might have been a bit excessive. Pilot hole for the win. I need a screw. There you go. Yeah, that's one. Do it 3 more times. Actually, instead of doing all 4 corners first, I'm just going to do one end at a time. So I got the other side on here now. And we've got our first jank piece in Lucky. And I've always been a big believer in it doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be functional. So you'll see that we're never going to line up perfectly on either side here. But that's okay. Because we got lots of wood to attach to. So let's get this on like this. And you know what? As many jokes as I make about the construction adhesive, it's kind of like moments like this when I'm making a custom built drawer where chances are, since I'm not, a carpenter by trade, things are going to end up a little bit jank. But that construction adhesive helps out. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit both of these pillars with construction adhesive on this side, slap that board on, use the clamps to hold the board so they're nice and level with the tops of these boards, not worry about the bottom as much. It'll still come down, but it's not going to come down probably as flush, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's that plan there. And then we'll get some screws in this way to really secure everything. And Bob's your uncle will have half a drawer. What is that? And there we have it. We have built Lucky a coffin. Perfect. Yikes. Okay, so the drawer is just drying right now, and I pulled the wheel box off. The ends that I cut off of those ends almost perfectly, well, this way, right? So that's what I'm going to do. This side and that side with the other one, that will be the ends of the wheel well box. Then I just have to make a front piece as well. And I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to spray foam inside of these wheel well boxes or just get some of that pink fiberglass batting, because I don't know. My concern with the fiberglass batting is that condensation can happen on these wheel wells in the wintertime. And then when your fiberglass batting gets moist, it's not the best thing. But spray foam is completely water resistant or proof or something, one of the two. As you can see, it's squirting out from the wall panel there. It'll probably end up being more expensive, but well, maybe not. I bet you I could fill both of these with 2 or 3 cans of spray foam. I better make that decision before I permanently mount this box in here. But anyway, one thing at a time. All right, and done and done. Now we just need to rotate this, put this back like this. Oh, get jank 2x4 out of the way, as well as painting. Slide this puppy back. There we go. More or less. Now we need to make a cut. So I don't have any pieces of plywood that are anywhere near that length, so I got to cut some new stuff. And I have a big giant drawer on my table still. Hopefully this is dry enough. Actually, maybe if I do it this way, it's a little bit easier. What? Sit there and dry. And I got this piece. But we can't have nice things. All right, let's cuss some wood. a pro tip if you're doing your own build like I am, get clamps like these. When I first built Lucky, I was using C-clamps, ones you have to like spin down and spin off to release tension. These things are just so much simpler. Just pull this, release it, and crank it up. I mean, this is a bad example. Shorten it up a bit, slap it in there, and just nice and tight, good to go. Hold it, no problem. Your table's not gonna go anywhere. Yeah, these are amazing. I should have just spent the money last time and got myself a pair. I remember Mike telling me about these, that these are the ones that he had. There's a video here on the channel where he's like, oh, I just like to use the ones where you just... And I had no idea what he was talking about. You should have been clearer, Mike. All right, so I cut two of the same pieces, right? One for this box, one for the other box. I don't have to worry about it after. We're just gonna have to cut the end pieces for this box. Future Matthew problem. Got this one here, and to save myself on screws, I'm gonna attach it to the top, but then I'm going to put this 2x4 in here, and then we're just gonna drill through this, through the plywood, into the bottom of the box, and that'll, boom, then we got our mounting point for our drawer slide on this side. And then I'm pretty sure we're going to get some spray foam. It's Saturday, Silverton Building Supplies is indeed open, if that's something I want to do today. Welcome to my brain. Oh shit. Man down, nothing lasts forever. There goes the first drill bit. Now this box will forever have a piece of drill bit in it, right up there. He's putting the top screws in to hold the board on, which is now done. And yeah, this one just said, stick a fork in me. You need a new drill bit. What I'm gonna do before anything else, I'm gonna get one of these drawer slides out and see what we're working with, because I know, I'm pretty sure, with these really long and heavy duty drawer slides, you can't detach them like you can little ones. Like if you remember when I removed my candy drawer, the slides actually come apart, right? I don't think you can do that with these ones, which means it's gonna be a bit of a awkward chore to attach them, because you gotta attach it to the drawer, and then with the drawer, you gotta attach it to the frame, and it's just, oh God, these are heavy. Holy Dinah. Heavy duty drawer slides. Made in China. What could possibly go wrong? These are so much bigger than the last ones I had. The last ones I had were only 2 feet. They're still over there. I don't think I'm gonna actually have a use for them, unfortunately. Okay. Box is slit open. Drawer slides. Oh, good. They are in their own personalized condoms. Excellent. Let's get this off. Go. Now, regrettably, or well, I don't know if it's a regret, but these ones are not locking drawer slides, so I'm gonna have to come up with some other solution with a latch at the foot of the bed here, or I guess typically the head of the bed. There we go. Be gone. Laster. Probably shouldn't have taken it out of this condom. Last thing you want is to get like sawdust and whatnot into the track. Ooh. You can just tell. Those are nice. At least for now. Wow. How am I gonna, we're gonna have to pull Lucky forward. Oh my God. I mean, it makes sense because the drawer is 56 inches long. Woo, so it's gonna come out to about there. Crazy. Look at that. Woo. All right, and this is, oh yeah. You gotta remember that too. This part of the drawer slide's wider. This part is narrower. Words are hard. It's narrower, and that just makes sense because of course it collapses into itself. And I gotta make sure that the drawer is higher than this little lip I have here. Ideally, I'd like to have it quite high. Well, not quite high, but as high as possible. Like that will have to mount up like that is my goal, as opposed to like this. Simply because I would like to be able to put my solar panels for my EcoFlow underneath the bed back here. But anyways, let's see here. I don't think these come out right? Like those are just bumpers. Like, yeah, there's no way to release these slides. So you can't attach this to this, release the slide, attach this to the drawer, and then reattach it to the slides. It's all got to kind of be done at the same time. And then of course the next struggle is you got to find what holes you have available for mounting purposes. Those are all okay. But once we get up here, we don't want to be putting screws into where there's already existing screws. I may not be able to raise this up. That might end up being too tall for the little 2x2 that's on the other side. Oh, wait a second. They're only yeah, see? Overthinking. I have to mount the 2x4 to the box first. Then these are only mounting to the 2x4. I was, for a second there, I had a brain fart where the screw was going to go through the drawer slide into the box. Nay. Another thing is, like, you got to make sure you can't just slap all this in here, especially when you're working in confined spaces. And I need to make sure that the drawer doesn't come up or end up higher than the wheel well box. Otherwise, my bed platform won't, fit. So I'm going to push this back here. This is what the box will actually attach to. I'm just going to measure from, the bottom of that? This. Oh, that's 11. Okay, how tall is this box? Should be 10, right? Yes. So we've got an inch of wiggle room. So actually this should work if I make the bottom of the drawer flush with the bottom of this part on a slide. But what else? Another thing that's sort of like bumming me out here is I can't... Wait, does this release? I don't think it does, but I don't know how the hell I'm going to attach screws. Oh, I got to go through those holes. So we got to attach the drawer first. Wait, how? Quality content. Quality content. Sorry, my brain fart there was like, well, if this is where screws need to go, but they need to go this way into the drawer, how in the heck am I going to do that if I can't take the slide off? But there is, I always, there's a little hole here. That's how you do it. So the drawer slides will have to come out, get attached to the drawers. Then we'll place the whole damn thing in here, try to extend it, and then we will attach this part to the 2x4. Now that I'm saying that out loud, I can't imagine I'm going to film too much of that process. But I'm also going to go a little bit slower and just make sure everything is the way I need it to actually be. Because, yeah, these will get attached to the drawer. Then we'll do this side, and then this, since this is still movable, we'll move it to where we need it to be, butt it up against the drawer, and then somehow get in from that side and zip, 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 zip. Yep. I'm gonna take a minute. I'm probably also going to relax my back a bit because this has been a lot of up and down already today, and yeesh. I'm probably gonna put this drawer slide back in grace so it doesn't get dirty because there's just there's a lot of sawdust kicking around these parts. What a mess. Well, we could use this time to come say hello to you. How are you? Well, this light's not working. You're all tucked in there. You're all cozy in there. Hi. Hi, how are you, Penny? Yeah, I know. I'm working on our house. Slowly but surely. You got yourself quite a little nest here in my bag of electronics and our sheets. Yeah. You good girl. Yes. Yes. Hello. Sorry, there's lots of shadows right now. There we go. There, the tubbers. The big fat pussy. Good girl. All right, I got lucky. My dad actually has some drill bits kicking around, so that's good. We can continue pressing on. Just took a little break, had some lunch, and played a game of crib with my mom. And I thought I was going to win by a landslide, but she closed it in near the end, but still couldn't squeak out a win. So better luck next time. However, now her and I are going to rip into town. I need to go to Silverton. I am going to do spray foam in these boxes, so we'll get some of that in Silverton. And I stop at the grocery store and a liquor store, so all the provisions can be had before nothing is open tomorrow. We were going to take Grace, however, Mom's car is throwing a check engine light, which would be a good reason to not take her car, but Dad just took it up to the dump, and I guess the low fuel light came on, so the poor Buick is throwing all sorts of lights, and we'll see maybe if the mechanic is in town and he can run the code. I'm pretty sure it's her turbo, but all right. And actually, you know what? Let's bring in the 5 clicks because It's a little stanky. We're gonna have to do some laundry. And also, I believe the equalizer is back here, and it's equally as stanky. 'Cause I'm just a stanky sort of boy. Oh yes. Okay, they're very excited to get that up in Lucky eventually. And yes, our sandpaper. Oh, that's what I should look for in Silverton. It's a little like sanding block. I could just use a block of wood to get serious, but sometimes when you're sanding, it's nice to have a block that's a little bit more malleable. Kind of like a sponge, but harder. So an excited sponge. Oh, that was one more thing I wanted to get was, yes, grab the remote for the wireless tens machine. We got to get the pads, which are down in the bedroom because, well, they're down there because I took them down there, but I need this because my lower back is just, it's not very happy with me today. Even with the rest and the crib game, it's still like, sit down, sucker. Uh-oh, somebody ready to go. Oh, you're in here now, huh? Hi. Hello, incorrect white balanced kitty. Yeah, yeah. You want to come to Silverton? I don't know that you'd like it so much in the Buick. Bopping around as you would. Yes. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. And up here we've got, whoa, our wireless tens machine pads. Let's get it. Powered up. You hear them beeping. They're on my back. Then take this, turn them on. They stop beeping. We're already on lower back. Crank it up. What are you wearing your Dixon?
I'm wearing my Dixon. It's warm enough.
Right? Yeah, it was here the whole time.
Yeah, the wheels are so grubby and the car wash is down, such as it is in Denver.
It's down?
Well, there was no wand in there.
Really? Oh, I haven't looked in a long time. Did you say we're going to see if Doug's there?
Maybe.
Pull the code. And he'll be like, yes, it's your turbo.
Again.
Oh.
She just flies on her grocery store.
Right.
That States, and there's one of those there.
Oh. Ooh, big cans. Well, maybe we should go with big gap filler. We'll get more bang for our buck. Up to 3 inches. Up to 1 inch. Bigger is better in this case.
You got everything you need.
I do. I even got some more screws. We're good to go.
All right. Stop at Newmarket. What were the other things Dad said? Oh, I guess he texted me.
Dad wants Fig Newtons, little tiny cans of V8 juice,
Oh, yeah, and bologna.
bologna, and you need coffee creamer. And this is what we're going to see tonight. Yes.
Yeah, I still have the picture that you sent me. For some reason, it went right into my photos.
Oh, from the newspaper? Right over there at the Memorial Hall.
Ballroom dance for the
Talk about that later, maybe.
You know, Dad probably doesn't want to do that again. Shakespeare by the shore is seeking enthusiastic theater lovers for the following production stage.
There you go. Byron can get some local work.
Oh, there's
Maybe you could do stunts for Shakespeare.
there's the auditions. Here, take this and send that to him.
Actually, now's a good enough time as any to talk about it. Well, Mom's getting herself a coffee. I was going to make a bigger deal out of this and go down to the lake and talk about it later, but I'd rather spend the afternoon working on Lucky. So we've been coming out here my entire life, right? I've talked about that lots here on the channel, and it's right on the lake, Slocan Lake. It's a 40-mile long lake. Apparently, it's the second deepest lake in Canada. I didn't know that. But every summer when we'd put the boat in the lake, we'd rip all over the place. And on the other side of the lake, see it down there, on the other side, there was a whole bunch of beaches. And we would always rip over there in the boat to go spend the day on whatever beach we choose. Also on the other side of the lake, there has my entire life, and being on the boat anyway, there's a grounded or beached barge that is like a quarter out of the water with the rest of it just sort of sinking down below into the depths, and it disappears, and it's very creepy. You can actually float your boat right over top of where it's sinking, and there's big cables coming off of it, and it's massive. It was a massive barge, and it's, like I said, my entire life it's been beached there. and we've always just gone and looked at it. It's like this little landmark, cool thing to see and show other people when they come with you out here for the summer and whatnot. Anyways, a couple weeks ago, I was sitting at mom and dad's in the evening having my dinner, probably a bowl of hard-boiled eggs, and I was wondering, I'm like, I wonder what the history of this thing is. And anyway, so I Google it, and it turns out that it was a barge that was used to move train cars from one end of the lake to the other before the highway existed. I had no idea that was what this lake was used for. They used these massive barges to put the train cars on, and then they used tugboats to pull them from one end of the lake to the other. Can't even begin to imagine how long something like that would have taken, like just any one trip. That's nuts. But anyways, that one night, the wind kicked up, there was a huge storm, and they actually had to cut that barge free, and it was carrying a locomotive engine, and the engine sunk into the lake. And then through discovering this, when I was looking all this stuff up online, I discovered that they actually filmed a documentary about the whole situation. They brought a submarine crew out here to try to find the engine, and I was able to find the website where the documentary was made, and there was a trailer for the documentary, but there was no information on where you could actually watch the movie. And then, huge coincidence, a week later in the local newspaper, they're having the premiere here at Silverton, and they sold tickets locally that you could buy. So I reached out to mom and dad. I'm like, we got to go to this. So I bought 3 tickets, and we're going tonight. And they called it The Last Stop. So I'm very excited to see that. I am not a documentary guy, but when something is that like close to home as this is, and as cool and as interesting as it is, this piqued my interest for sure. Anyway, a little bit of local history, and I'm curious to see if they found the train car. I'm sure they did. But anyway, it'll be nice to get some history on the area. Okay, looks like mom's got her coffee. Back to New Denver and to the grocery store. What? Where did that come from?
I got it out of a Jeep. There was a bag, a whole bag of ducks.
So yeah, we're just helping ourselves to the ducks now.
The orange one.
Yeah, it's a cute one. Oh no, I have so many I never would have noticed.
Brooklyn said I could have it.
There you go. Blame your granddaughter.
She was there.
She was there. Ooh, I can get Brooklyn's little M&Ms here. Nice.
Hey, Doc, how are you?
If it's not the code for the turbo, I will be shocked. Oh, this is not standard. I just went to push the clutch. There's no clutch. Hush you. Oh, the rear view camera doesn't work when there's muck and gunk all over it. There we go, there we go. La 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 la. And we'll leave her running so we can pull the code. All yours, sir. Okay. Mom's just gonna drive over to Newmarket. I'm gonna walk because of my back. You don't know. His recommendation is put seafoam in. Sure, why not? Well, the wand's out now, Mom. She really wanted to wash the Buick. What a beautiful day out here it turned into. Yeah, it was a little cold this morning, but every day where you can see blue skies out here, perfect. All right, grab some groceries, get back to Lucky. Hopefully get that drawer installed today, because you gotta have goals. I don't know if I'm gonna have screws with big enough heads. I might be going back to Silverton by myself. Man! Well, we'll take a closer look when we get there. Okay, went back to Silverton, got the screws I think I may need. I think it is now time to try to get these slides on our drawer. Come here, you giant box. Biggest one I've ever built. Oh. Ha-ha. All right. Now we need that drawer slide back. Yikes. Shit. All right, this may be where this starts to get a little sticky with however we want to start doing things. Let me see. So this is going to slide out like this. This needs to go here. And the issue that may arise, hopefully I don't drop you, you're just balancing precariously on the edge of the drawer, is depending on where the holes are on this drawer slide once it's out. Ooh. Hang on. Depending on where these holes are situated, there may or may not be a place for them to screw into because they only have the 2x2s in certain spots, right? Which, worst case scenario, we just add a new 2x2. That would kind of suck. So if I do this way, I need to think about this a little bit more. Clearly, I didn't do enough of that earlier. Yikes. Or maybe I just need a little bit of a pick me up. Okay, so I might be okay. The middle of the drawer is going to be a little bit sketched. I put out like very basic outlines where those 2x2 exists on the other side of the drawer, right? On the inside. So you can see we've got a bunch of holes here. So we put screws in there. They'll go into this one. That's no problem. Same with up here at the front. We're going to get all of those screws plus this one and maybe even this tail end one. Probably not though, now that I'm seeing it. But in the middle here, you only get like these 2 holes in the drawer slide and they're not lining up with squat. So we're going to hit this with a little bit of construction adhesive along here, but the littlest bit, because I don't want it oozing out into the track, just to reinforce this part of the slide where it's attached to the drawer. I might be overthinking it for sure. That is a-okay with me. I'd rather overthink it than have the drawer fall apart once it's, in there. And then, yeah, we're just going to do it. Do it. Oh, where's my construction adhesive? There it is. Got a nice little bit of a thin bead of construction adhesive on there. Now we're going to flip this bad boy back over. Actually, make this easier on myself. Let's close it up first. This way. And I'm just going to use the drawer slide itself to sort of line everything up. Come on, man. It's so heavy. There. Down here. Pray that the plywood that is making the drawer is nice and straight. Hold on to this part of the drawer slide. Open her up. Bob's your uncle. Let's get our first couple screws in. I need the drill. Pilot hole for the win. Yep, I remember it being this nerve-wracking the last time as well with the bed frame. Is that still you hitting it? Oh yeah, we are. Here, first one. Oof, kind of sucked it up just a little bit. Should be okay. Make sure that clean. Actually, I'm gonna put 2 in just to be on the safe side here. Get the bigger screws. This is what we got them for. You big bastard. Now we can make sure the slide still clears those screws. Oh, heck yes it does. Oh no, but we moved the whole slide. How did that happen? Wait, what? Oh, all right, well, that's not good. That doesn't bode well. Okay. Something tells me this drawer is going to be just a little bit heavier now. Both slides are on. Just got to move it into position. So I'm going to slide this beam over this way. Ooh, I'm still a little worried about the lip because this is flush with that. I wonder if I just put a piece of plywood underneath. How the hell am I going to get it out afterwards? Very carefully. If I put this here, then we put the drawer on top of it. We know that there's a 1/2 inch from the floor to the bottom of the drawer, right? Does that make sense? I don't know. How the hell am I going to get it out? Don't lose your bits. Let's do it this way. Remove and remove. Oh gosh, my drills are over here. Screws are everywhere. Put them in your mouth. Okay. Put the drill down. Okay. Great success. Excellent. Now, key freaking hole. Scoop the tape. Yeah, save your back. put this on here. Take the screws out of your mouth. It's gonna make that piece of wood slide like it's a big heavy drawer. Okay. The drawer has been inserted into Lucky. Over here. All right, so that, oh, don't force it. So that's gonna go like that. Slide this over here. Snug up against there like that. So cute. Do you work? Why would you work? Nothing's holding you in. That space is definitely not even. Tip it up, grab your board. There it is. Pull it this way. Ooh! Without breaking shit. Okay, so here's where my brain's at right now. I've gotten 2 pieces of plywood, like scrap plywood, underneath here. You can kind of see, let's see, it gives it that distance. And it definitely clears this little lip here. And my thought is, since it's nice, since none of this is actually like bolted down to anything yet, aside from this 2x4 being attached to this box, I should be able to pull the drawer out now, get something to support it kind of out here, attach it to the 2x4, and then I guess maybe attach it to this side. And then before we start pushing anything down, I can lift this up and get those boards out from underneath there. I don't know that the solar panels are going to fit, but this is about as good. Unless I put more plywood down and bring it up even further, because you can see we've got quite a bit of room still before it would reach the actual where the bed platform is going to be being supported. I could, in theory, put another piece of plywood, make it a full inch. I've got even extra board here. It looks like I've got it quite even right now, so I'm kind of inclined to just say, but it would be nice to fit those solar panels under there. Ooh, aren't those panels like here? Yes, they are. Ooh. Nah, that's a big nay. I don't think those are going to fit. That looks a lot thicker than even 2 pieces of plywood would be. Anyways, this is my process. No matter what I do, whether I make it taller to fit those under there or not, this will work out quite nicely since everything's not mounted down yet. Typical me fashion. I always forget to count the holes. I always just assume I know how many there are. Wouldn't you? But anyway, we got the one side attached, so it's not going to slide very well because this side's all detached still. But I actually don't have enough screws. I only have 3 left. And the Silverton Building Supplies will not be open tomorrow. I don't even know if I'm going to finish this today because this has been quite daunting so far. But I do want to get back to Silverton, so I at least have the screws. And I don't have to wait until Monday. All right. Hopefully they're open. I don't even know what time it is. Oh yes, I have time. It's only 3:30. Get there, get the screws, maybe finish the drawer. But I also need to shower and change before that movie tonight. So, gotta start prioritizing things just a wee bit better. Woof. Looking at the lake in the distance there, our really nice day is turning into a squall watch sort of situation. There's a lot of whitecaps out there on the water, and the tops of the trees are just saying hello. All right. Let's get a screw. All right, got what we need, plus some shop towels. But before getting back to it, I need a little break. Coated marshmallows. All right, and there we go. Doesn't look like much, but it seems to be functional. It's not operating at like 100% efficiency because neither side is actually mounted down and being held. So you can push it in. Pulling it out's a little bit trickier. You'll notice the bed frame start to pull out with it right up there. That sounds like a tomorrow thing where we'll get this all sort of settled and seated. But I can say this, it does feel sturdy. It gets tight. I may have to get some white lithium grease spray. Obviously these slides will break in the more they are used, but yeah, there we go, look at that. Ooh, look, he's got a big old drawer. Hello, I'm gonna get a handle too, because that's not ideal, but for now, that's just fine. And for now, I'm gonna go have a shower and fix this. But before that shower, we gotta feed the fat pussy, don't we? Come here, you. Hello. Hi. You want your wet food? Here, I'll put this chair out for you. You get up that way? You get up that way? Come on now. Let's do it. Good. Good job. All right, here you go. Here's this. And where's the spoon at? I'm not going to be able to do this with my left hand. Well, I could try. Here. Left-handed dinner time. There you go. A little quarter of a meat cup for you. Enjoy. I am going to go rinse my body and then put eggs inside it. Sounds like a good time to me. There. That's better. Now we can go to a movie, which I'm very excited for. All my years coming out here, I ain't never seen a movie in this valley.
My purse.
Oh, yes I do. There you go.
Filming us.
Hi. Very tight in the Buick. It's everybody in the entire valley here. The last Pepsi got taken right as I was getting up there.
Didn't she get any popcorns?
Well, I thought you guys were going to share. I can go get you another one.
VIP, right?
Very, very cool. That was a lot of fun. Going and seeing a movie here in this area, completely about this area. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of documentaries, but this was special, and it was very cool to see everything that they did and all of the work and effort that went into it. If this movie becomes available, if you're interested in some history surrounding this area that I'm always spending so much quality time in, I do highly recommend checking out The Last Stop. Very cool movie. All locally sourced, supported and everything as well. And the filmmakers are like, a lot of them were out of like Kelowna and stuff. Very fun time. We all enjoyed it immensely. And now I'm just getting ready to sort of tuck in for the night with a fur baby. Us. You're gonna call it an early night? Somebody's got some editing to do. So we're going to say, until the next one, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive. And remember, only dead fish go with the flow.